100 words Australians say different than Americans. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we'll be reacting to another amazing video brought to us today by Tristan Kun. Original video link will be down below in the description. I'm really excited, and let's see if my American self is familiar with at least half of these words, man. 100? At least half, At least half.
What's good, y'all? Tristan here, and today I'd like to share with you 100 Aussie words and phrases that I've learned in my time here. I'm going to try to say the Australian version of the word first, so you can pause the video if you want and try to guess what that means in American English. The first 5 to 10 words are going to be very trivial. You probably have heard of them before, but as we go on, we're going to be moving into more hardcore Aussie slang, and I'll be saving my 10 favorite words and phrases for the end, so stay tuned. Alright, so the first one is mate. Everyone knows this. It means like friend, man, bro. What's up, mate? Second Aussie word, cheers. Cheers is something that they often say instead of thank you. Maybe like a friend of yours buys you a drink at a bar, and you say, cheers, mate. Next up is good day, which is Aussie slang for like good day, kind of like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Good day, mate. You get it. Number 4 is holiday, to go on holiday. It's like what we would call vacation. Number 5 is a word I, for some reason, find quite annoying, but it's oi. It's pretty much just something you say to get someone's attention. You might say, oi, mate, or just, oi. Number 6 is Macca's or McDonald's, kind of like how we say Mickey D's for short. Same thing, but no one here calls it McDonald's. Just Macca's. And another famous American fast food chain that actually has a different name here is Hungry Jack's or Burger King. They call it Hungry Jack's here, not Burger King, because Burger King was already an established business here when Burger King tried moving to Australia. Sorry if I'm rushing through these a little bit, there are 100 of them and I'm trying to get this video done in a reasonable time. So next up, chips. And I'm not talking like
French
Doritos,
fries.
I'm talking French fries. The little potato slices that we call fries, here they call them chips. Also, we call Lay's chips are known here as Smith's chips. Same brand, just different name. Next up is avo, which no, it does not mean avocado. It is short for afternoon.
Yep.
Let's meet up in the avo.
Like
Number 10
avo.
is petrol. Petrol is what we call gas, not like gas in the air, but the gas.
I've been rocking with the slang for a minute. I've been doing this for a minute now, man. I feel good right now. We're only 10 in.
In your car, they call it petrol. And where do you go to get your petrol? The servo. Short for service station, what we call gas station. Also, there's a place here called the chemist. Might not know what that is. It's a place where you go when you're feeling sick, aka the pharmacy. Here they call the pharmacy the chemist. Bottle-o. Bottle-o is also another type of store, what we call in America a liquor store. Anywhere that kind of serves alcohol, here you can call it a bottle-o. Next up on the list, fairy floss. Fairy floss is what we call in America cotton candy. However, it kind of makes sense that they call it fairy floss because candy is not a word that they use here in Australia. They call
I don't use the word candy, so I go into the store. Hey, can I have some candy? You guys have candy I could buy. They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
lollies or chocolates. So yeah, since candy's not a word, kind of
lollies or chocolates. But when I say lolly, I'm just thinking of a lollipop. I'm like, wait a minute. So that goes for like basically all the sweets, what we would call candy. A lolly and chocolate. Okay.
weird to call it cotton candy. Chewy. Chewy
Gum.
means bubble gum, could you chew it? And Australians love to make everything end in IE. Next up, thong. Thong is not what you're thinking. It's not that. It is not what you wear here, but it is where you wear here. Right there, it's a little thong for your toe. It is a flip-flop. If you ever hear anyone talking about going out to buy thongs, putting on their thongs, something like that, yeah, flip-flop.
Yeah, them things are comfortable.
This one should probably have been higher up on the list, but that is a bobby.
Things like, go in between your big toe and that other toe, and it's like hurts. It rubs against. Like, oh my gosh. Barbie. Ship on a Barbie. Ship on a Barbie.
Spelled like Barbie, but not that Barbie. This type of Barbie, a barbecue. Another IE ending word is a tradie. A tradie is short for tradesman, which is like, anyone who's like a plumber, carpenter, electrician. Those type of jobs, those people are tradies. And in similar fashion is a sparky and a chippy. So sparky is another word, kind of like a slang word for a electrician, and a chippy is the same for a
Sparky is a trade name for electrician. I didn't know that.
Carpenter.
Chippy is a carpenter? Chippy is a carpenter?
I don't think they have a slang word for a plumber. If there is one, please let me know.
Plummy? Oh,
in the comment section below. However, what I do like is they don't call it a plumber's crack here. They call it a plum bum. Similar, and it rhymes, so I think Australian gets the win on that one. Next up is a jumper, which is pretty much what we would call like a hoodie or a windbreaker, light jacket, something like that. All here just called a jumper.
Yeah, okay. Because a jumper in the US is, what you do, you put it on the batteries, the positive and the negative, one car to another, and that's how you basically start up that battery. You know, you feed the battery the power that it needs.
When it comes to your pants, they got trackies. Trackies are what we call in the US sweatpants. Number 25 is a word we have in the US, and that is stuffed. However, it does not mean like you're full of food. I mean, it does mean that here, but it also means you're tired. So if you're just completely exhausted, you just be like, oh, I'm stuffed. But there's another word, and that is chockers. And chockers means you're full. Like you're stuffed. You just ate that Thanksgiving meal. They don't really have Thanksgiving here, but yeah, you can get it. Next up is bathers. You can probably guess, but that's like your swimsuit. Brekkie means breakfast. The word chook here means chicken. You often see it like on store.
Wait. Chook is chicken? So the video I watched. Wait. We have butcher shops. We got like butcher shops and stuff. Strictly like beefs and stuff. Y'all got chook shops. I've seen it in video. Like they've never went in it, but I've seen it in videos. That's what it is. You have chook shops? So it's chicken shops? He's getting ready to say that, isn't he? Because that's the only thing it is. It's chook shops around, or you find a chook in stores. Bro, I didn't know that. It's been months.
Brekkie means breakfast. The word chook here means chicken. You often see it like on store signs. They'll say chook shop, which means like chicken shop. They sell chicken there. Yeah. All right, somehow I completely skipped over this one when recording the first time, but that is bogan. Them bogans. Bogans are the exact same thing as what we would call in the US a redneck. Something else they say here in Australia is esky. I've also heard it referred to as a chili bin. However, both those words is what we call a cooler. Gotta say, esky is a much cooler word than cooler, but a word that we have that is way cooler than their version is koozie. The little thing you hold your beer in, yeah, here they call it a stubby holder, which, I don't know, that just doesn't do it for me. America takes the dub on that one. Another Australian word is a slab. Not a slab of concrete, but it means a slab of beer. What we would call like a case of beer, you know, just like thing of beer, 24 beers. Slab. More alcohol-related stuff is goon. Goon is just...
I guess singular would be called pint. And then multiple, it would be called slab. Okay. Goon?
Really cheap wine that's served in a box. We just call it box wine. And if someone tells you to skull it, skull your goon.
Here is like a thug, a YN, a thief, a criminal.
That means chug it, throw it back, drink it all. Something you might do if you're in uni. Uni here is short for university, and university is what they call college. Technically, college here is your last 2 years of high school, so that's why when you go to uni, they don't call it college. Alright, this one probably got me the most because as a waiter, it took me a little while to figure out what this word meant, and I had no idea what people were talking about when they would ask me for these, but it is a serviette. A serviette means a napkin. Thankfully, one that I learned.
How in the world am I supposed to remember that? Okay. Alright. I may have to write a couple of these words down on a serviette. You know what I mean? Keep it in my pocket.
About like my first week here was cutlery. Cutlery is what we call in the US silverware. Like your fork, your knife, your spoon. Nothing big. Alright, quick speed round. Rubbish. Trash. Bin. Trash can. Biscuit. Cracker or cookie. Toilet. Bathroom. Fizzy drink. Soda. Boot. Trunk. Rubber.
The boot is trunk? Oh, that's new.
Eraser. Not a condom. Piss is not urine, it means alcohol. So if you're on the piss or you're pissed, that means you're drunk.
On the piss or pissed. But what if I go in and ask for a piss? A piss. Would it be a pint or just a piss? Because he said it mean beer? Alcohol in general. So if I just go in and ask for some piss. Or is piss just a broad term? Because it's like, well, specifically, what type of alcohol, beer, you talking about? You know? What we talking about? Please let me know.
Also one I've only heard once, and I don't really get it, but that is maggot. Apparently maggot means drunk too. Guess there's lots of words for drunk. Alright, gutter, curb, footpath, sidewalk, footy, football, but not this type of football. This type of football. Australian football. Australian football is big here. It's like the biggest sport here. And yeah, they usually don't even call it football. They just call it footy. Next up is sunnies, and that is your sunglasses or your shades. They also say runners, and runners are like your tennis shoes or your sneakers. They also got flats. Flats are pretty much like apartments, but they also still use apartments. I don't quite know what the difference is, but I think flats are like the buildings, apartment buildings are really big. Flats are kind of like buildings with only a couple apartments in them.
I'll tell you the difference. About $100,000 difference, probably. What we getting out here.
But I could be wrong. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Explain to me, fully explain to me what the difference is between a flat and an apartment.
Yeah.
A trolley is not something you see in San Francisco, but it is a shopping cart. And their shopping carts here are actually different than they are in America. And if you want to know more about that, click on my video right here, which is 100 differences between America and Australia. Not words, but like actual things that are different. Anyways, next up is ute. Ute is a truck or a truck bed, but they're not really trucks here. It's like that. It's like small car with a bed. I don't know. That's a ute. And the bed in it is not called a bed. It's a ute. Yeah. A new word I learned here that I have been using in my vocabulary is bloke, which just means like guy or dude. Like a good dude, good bloke, good guy.
A nice young bloke.
Get it? Alright, a car park is somewhere where you park your car, what we call parking lot. Kind of makes sense, not gonna lie. A jetty is not a jet ski, which is what I thought when I first heard it. It is just a dock. Like a boat dock, you know, jets out in the water.
Boat dock. Saying boat dock. I don't say dock because it's like specifically what dock are you talking about? There's multiple docks there's a system, PC, electronics. There's docks for everything. What type of dock we talking about? Dock. Jetty. I like jetty. Jetty kind of reminds me of like the water because, like riding a jet ski. Some reason it reminds me of the water, so I could catch on to that.
Guess that's where it got its name. Another word they use all the time is Mrs. That means like your girlfriend. Oh, I'm gonna go stay with my missus tonight. Go to my girlfriend's tonight. Old mate is another confusing one because you think like oh, like a longtime friend, an old mate. But it's actually like the total opposite. It just means like someone like, oh, an old mate. Like I don't know why, but it means the opposite of what it sounds like. It just means somebody, someone. Yeah. Alright, now my next 7 are all words that are technically the exact same in Australia and the US. However, they pronounce them so differently here you might not actually know what they're talking about when they say them. So the first one is Adidas. Don't know what it means? Adidas. That's what they're trying to say. Next up is aluminium, which is aluminum as we would say it. Third is oregano, or as we say in the US, oregano. Fourth is Nissan, or what we would call in the US, the car company, Nissan. And the next 2 are just letters, so they pronounce
Nissan. Oh, okay.
the letter H.
Nissan.
H, like they say like the sound, and then the name of it, like H. And next is Z, they call it Zed. And then lastly, it's kind of random, but it's like every day of the week. Like they just say every day of the week differently. They kind of like abbreviate it. Like I don't know exactly how they can say it. Like I feel like Wednesday, like Wednesday, something like that. I don't know. Every single day of the week, kind of make it
Wednesday,
into the E and just say it differently. Someone Australian, please comment down below the phonetic spelling of how you'd pronounce all the days of the week.
Phonetic? Yo, what word, bro? Phonetic? Like, there's like a word that could describe everything. I'm sitting here thinking like, how would you be able to describe that? Like, spell it out in the comments for me, I guess. Break it down. That's the way I would. Bro, I'm taking that word.
Someone Australian, please comment down below the phonetic spelling of how you'd pronounce all the days of the week. Alright, now as you can tell by now, Australians...
Shout out to you, Tristan. You put me on, for real.
Love to shorten stuff. They shorten everything. However, there are 3 words which we do shorten better than them. And that is telly, aircon, and dezo. Telly is short for television, or what we call TV. Aircon, AC, and dezo, DD. 3 things of like these 100 that we got you beat in. Everything else, y'all do shorter. Y'all shorten everything. Alright, now the next 5 words are all words that we do say in American English. However, they just say it here like way more than we do it. Like they say it all the time, and you just don't really hear Americans say these words. First one is heaps. Just means like a lot. Like, oh, the teacher gave me heaps of homework. The next is ages, but like...
I feel like I've heard that before actually in the US a couple times. That word right there kind of, rung bells in my head. Sounded really familiar.
In the sense of like a long time or far away, ages. Like, oh, they live ages away, or oh, like that'll take ages. Next up is neat. We would probably usually say clean, like
clean, spiffy.
Oh, the room's clean. Here they typically say, oh, it's neat. Fourth one is keen. We would probably say something like,
I'm not too keen on that. I'm not too keen on this.
I'm down, like, oh, I'm keen on that. Like, oh, I'm down to do that. I don't know.
Oh, never mind. See? I took a wild guess. It's the complete opposite. Ain't no shame in my game, baby. We learning. Complete opposite. Oh, I'm keen to do this. I'm keen to do that. Okay. I gotta stop. Why I keep thinking that keen means like you don't want to do that? I'm not so keen about that. Oh, I gotta stop telling myself that.
They just use keen. Another word they use here all the time is cheeky. I don't really know how to define it, honestly. I feel like it's kind of like the F word, you know, you can kind of use it in a lot of ways. But one way I hear it a lot is like give like a cheeky grin, like kind of like sarcastic. And the last one is no worries. We would probably say like no problem. Like, I don't know, maybe someone says, oh, like thank you. And you're like, oh yeah, no problem. However, because Australians shorten every damn thing, sometimes they don't say no worries and instead they say no wakas, which is just short for no worries. If anyone ever says that's gross, they do not mean gross. They're saying that's great, that's fantastic, that's awesome, very good. Alright, now this next one makes a lot of sense, but that is lemonade. Lemonade here is not this. They don't really have that here. If someone here asks for a lemonade, they mean this, or this, or this. Yes, lemonade means Sprite. However, there are many types of that soda. You know, there's Sprite, Sierra Mist, 7-Up. Why do we call them all?
What? So what do you call lemonade? What do you call lemonade? Someone help me out, please, because now I'm a little confused. He has to give us the proper name for lemonade now. Because what do you call lemonade?
Sprite. It doesn't make sense. So if you ever want that type of drink, you just say, can I have a lemonade? And they'll give you, you know, whichever one they got. The next one isn't really like a word, but it's just a word that they add to the end of a lot of sentences, and that's as. Imagine
lemon juice? Lemon juice? Let me know if I'm taking guesses.
Isn't really like a word, but it's just a word that they add to the end of a lot of sentences, and that's as. Imagine any time it would be appropriate to say like AF when you're texting, like, oh, that's good AF. They would just say good ass. Oh, that's cool ass. Oh, that's big ass. Oh, that's bomb ass. Just ass is everywhere. Op shop is a thrift shop. Sweeper is a broom. My next one is a saying, and that is, and Bob's your uncle. Maybe this is a thing in the US, but I've never heard it, and that just means, and there you have it. And Bob's your uncle. There you go. Now these next two are a little bit funny, but one is a bum bag. A bum bag
is better than there you go. I used to hate when people say that. There you go. It kind of makes you feel like, what are you trying to say, man? See, there you go. I used to hate when people said that to me, bro. Like as a kid, you know, you realize as a adult, what you mean by that? But some people really just say it just because. Some people say it to be sarcastic. I don't know if they were saying it to be sarcastic, honestly. I was a pretty bright kid, to be honest, just a little troubled. I was never a dummy, though. Oh, no.
Have it. Bob's your uncle. There you go. No. Now, these next two are a little bit funny, but one is a bum bag. A bum bag is what, in America, we call a fanny pack. However, the thing here, why they call it a bum bag and not a fanny pack is because, you know, in America, fanny is another word for your butt. However, here, fanny doesn't mean butt.
In America, fanny's another word for your bottom? I didn't know that.
Fanny means your, well, not my, but a girl's down there, a girl's vagina. So as you can see, it's probably why they don't call it a fanny pack here. Next up, and I gotta elaborate on this one because all my Australian friends hate us Americans for this, and that is shrimp. Or sorry, prawn. They don't call it shrimp here. You ever heard of, shrimp on the bobby? That was like some old marketing campaign or something that was not at all based on how it actually is in Australia, because no one here says shrimp. Literally, no one says
shrimp. Nobody says shrimp out there.
Shrimp. Every single type of shrimp that you get here, like jumbo shrimp, this shrimp, it's all different types of prawn. They would call it the same words we would use in America, but prawn. There's only one circumstance here in Australia.
Prawn jumbo? Is that even like...
where you're allowed to call it shrimp. And that is, you know, like the tiny little shrimps, I think they're called like bay shrimp or something. Those you call shrimp. Every other type of shrimp, all, I don't know, dozen of them, they're all prawn here.
So you ask for shrimp in Australia, they're going to bring in them little tiny things. Bay shrimp, what they call it. You get what you get. Know what you ordering, man. Y'all better watch these videos before y'all travel, boy, because y'all gonna be disappointed when they bring out that shrimp. They look like appetizers. You gonna be mad. Yeah, y'all better watch these videos before y'all travel, man. For real talk.
Alright, I think this is kind of funny because they just call one type of prawn shrimp, and in America we call all of the shrimp, or like all of that animal shrimp, besides one type, which we call prawn, at least to my knowledge. So yeah, same thing, different words. This next one's good. Entree. Entree, you know, that's like your main meal. You get your appetizer, then you get your entree. However, here, entree means appetizer. And they don't really use the word appetizer. They either call it an entree or a starter. Then what we call an entree is just your main meal. So yeah, here, entree means appetizer. And next up is coriander. Coriander is a type of food. We have it in America too, but we call it cilantro. Another food here is a rock melon, which is what we call in the US a cantaloupe.
I was about to say, the second I heard rock melon, I thought of a cantaloupe because it's not a watermelon. Like I'm thinking of a small rock cantaloupe, a little yellowish, closest color to like that brown you would find, or like that black on a rock. Yeah, I don't know. My mind just be overthinking, guys, and this is exactly what came to my mind when I heard rock melon, cantaloupe. Yep, I was like, oh, that's a cantaloupe. Some of these come naturally.
Here, it's a rock
Oh,
melon.
they should.
If you're still here right now, thank you so much for staying to the end. I hope you've been enjoying this Aussie English. Here are my top 10 favorite Aussie words, but before I get to them, please make sure give this video a like, share it with a friend, comment any thoughts you have, in no particular order. My top 10 favorite Aussie.
Y'all make sure to go ahead and show Trishan Kun some love. Original video link in the description down below. We've been watching mad videos from his channel. Gotta show the brother love because his videos are amazing. And he be educating me. Do he be educating y'all? If he be educating y'all, feel free to check out his channel, man. Come on, we ain't stingy out here, baby. We ain't stingy out here.
Aussie words. The first one is cactus.
Cactus,
Not
like
this type of cactus. It just means like you're tired, you're worn out, you're broken. Like your car could be cactus, it's broken down, it's not working. Or you can just be cactus because you're exhausted. This is a good one, and that is mozzie, them damn mozzies. Mozzies is short for mosquito. Those damn mozzies are so freaking pesky.
I'm not gonna lie, mosquito, no, mosquito don't look like the word mozzie. A mosquito look like the word mosquito, I'm not gonna lie, with that big behind. Now look, I see a mosquito, yep. That look like a mosquito. Just like how I spell too. Mozzie, okay.
Mozzies. This one made me laugh the first time I heard it, and that is crack off. To crack off. Don't know what you think it means, but it means fart. Pass the gas to so many ways to say it, but another one to add to your repertoire of fart.
I thought it meant to piss off. Okay.
Words. Crack off. Next up is dibbidobber, which is a tattletale. My brother's such a dibbidobber, you know, a little kid's fight. You get what it is. Next up, potato gems. It just means tater tots. So after this video, I'm gonna cook me up some potato gems. Number 96, and that is biscuiting or donutting. Try to take a guess on what this is, because it is kind of funny, but it is what we would call
baking.
Tubing, like when you're behind.
Oh. I was way off. Baking?
The boat, hanging on for dear life, trying not to get knocked off. Yeah, I've heard that called two different things here. Donutting was the first time I heard it, and the second time I heard it, biscuiting. Alright, this next
donutting, because it's a donut you sit in, like a tube. Right, that does make sense. I wasn't thinking of that.
This one I'm bringing back to America. I'm telling you, I'm bringing this word to America because I love it, and that is brawly. Forgot my brawly.
Okay, you got your brawly. I was gonna take a wild guess, but as soon as you said you got your, never mind.
To pop up my brawly, it's raining. Brawly is short, umbrella. It's slang for umbrella. And I don't know, I like it. It just flows off the tongue, you know? Brawly. Alright, it's getting late. It's like 1 o'clock as I'm recording this video, and I am knackered. Knackered just means tired, exhausted, just want to pass out. And second to last one of the kids that I was coaching taught me this word, and I love it. This is lollipop lady. I'll give you a second to envision what you think a lollipop lady is, and it makes total sense when I tell you, but a lollipop lady is what we call a...
Oh no. Oh, I definitely wasn't getting that one. Oh no. Oh, the guess I was about to
crossing guard. Someone who goes...
I was about to say somebody that like, maybe she hands out lollies and chocolates. No, I guess not. I was about to say something real stupid.
It stands out with the, the little sign that says stop or slow, or,
That is like a lolly, though. That's like a lollipop, though, they holding. That makes a lot of sense when you bring up the picture.
Children crossing, something like that. Looks like a giant lollipop. Those people are called lollipop ladies. Now my last one, number 100, is a good one, but before I get to it...
Let's see if I know this. Come on, let's finish strong, baby. I knew majority of these, man.
I just want to say, if you like these top 100 videos, click that one.
Or did I? I don't know. Who was counting along? Who was keeping track? Did I know more? Did I know less? Was I 50-50 at least?
Right over there. It is 100 differences between America and Australia. Not words, but just actual physical different things. Thank you very much. And now my actual last one is, we're not here to fuck spiders.
What? Not here to play with spiders. We're not here to play with spiders.
What it means is, we're not messing around. We're here to get shit.
That's exact. That was a beautiful guess. That was a finish strong off 100. 100, we just finished strong just like that. Just like that, we finished strong 100.
Done. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.
When he said that, I'm like, that's the only thing I could basically think of. My goodness. We are not here to F spiders. Well, we don't mean, well, literally. Well, I hope so. We got some weirdos in this world. You know, they be getting off from anything. Oh, I didn't even want to think of that, man. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. Feel free to share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for joining me once again to react to Tristan Kun. His original video down below in the description. 100 words Australians say different than Americans, man. Beautiful educational video as always. Stay safe, all my peoples, and of course, educate your brother. Educate your fellow American down below in the comment section. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on, and follow the Twitch in the description. Stay safe, and I love you all.